All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to BSG Online number 8. I'm Xoneris. I'm the new host for the next 3 games. We're raising money for Mind. If you want to help us with that cause, you can find the button to donate below the stream. Or in chat by typing !donate, I believe. And yeah, with that, I'll give it over to rebeldragon95 with Little Gator game. Take it away, friend.
Thank you, Xoneris. Hi, I'm Rebel. Welcome to Little Gator Game. It's a game where we get to play as a small little alligator and go on a little adventure. So timing starts when I press on New Game. So if the guys are ready on tech, we will start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, welcome to Little Gator Game. So this is a little kind of indie platformer that came out not too long ago, end of last year. It's kind of a little collectathon kind of deal. What's happening right now is we have said to our sister that we're very bored, so she makes us a set of a sword and shield and a hat to go on an adventure. And now we fast forward a little bit, and Alligator Kid's a little bit older. Big Sis is now too busy doing her university work to have time to play with us. So we're gonna try and go on a big adventure to collect some friends to impress her enough that she stops doing her university work. Right. So at the moment, our fastest form of movement is just hopping. So I'm just gonna hop around these areas a little bit. So on this little island here, this is where we get all of our little tutorials. We're going to go around and collect various items. This is Martin. Martin tells us to go grab a pot. Oh, that was a pretty weird jump. So here's the pot. Right, so hop up. Right, so while I'm just walking around, oh yeah, so this game also, you might notice the text is kind of going. So text. There's an option to automatically skip text in this game, so we just have that turned on. Let me just do this movement chain real quick. That's a bad jump. Another bad jump. Cool, that was okay. Alright, cool. Alright, so that just gets up to the giraffe a little bit faster. And, right, so if you notice, there's a little timer in the top. So this game has a IGT that got implemented. So basically the devs for this game, about a month after, like a few weeks after they realized a bunch of realized there's a speedrunning part in their Discord, but they added in a bunch of features to help us with doing the speedrun. Like they gave us an in-game timer. They made it so text just automatically skips without having to press any buttons or anything. Attack swings at max speed. And it automatically inputs a name for us as well, so we don't have to worry about dropping inputs on the name. Can I do this? There you go. Right, there we go. So what I'm doing now is just walking around and collecting certain friends, and there's an option in the settings to reset your position. You say help, I'm stuck, which takes you back to kind of the game starting position, which you can do from anywhere. So we use that to basically just teleport back to end Tutorial Island. Right, so now we get a bit of a text chain telling us that we need to go to the park and build up the park a little bit. So first things first, this monkey here is going to give us a bracelet. If you go talk to the monkey throughout the game, he gives you upgrades to your bracelet. What the bracelet does is the bracelet lets you climb. And we use that variously, and basically the bracelet gives you stamina. Right, so we're hopping around here. So when you're on water, doing little hops on the shield is a little bit faster for traversing the water to make sure you maintain speed. This is Billy. Billy has a bowling ball stuck in his blowhole, so we're going to go and have him up for a second. We're going to go re-talk to Billy in a second, because Billy's a friend that we need to collect. So in order to complete the main part of this game, you need 35 friends. So we collect the 35 fastest friends that we can that are all kind of in our way. So these are the forest kids, I like to call them. This is the forest kids quest. So we're going to go activate all these quests from all these characters, and going to run around a little bit and do them all. So he tells us we need to go collect a yellow triangle. You get the yellow triangle from destroying all of these. We're going to destroy some of them now, then we're going to come back and destroy the rest of them in a second. Because we need to go over here and grab... There's basically three free friends over here that we're going to go grab. Up here. And on the way, I also need to grab some of these as well. So when you destroy the quote-unquote enemies in this game, the little paper things, you get like these little scraps. And we need 500 of them by the... right after this, or we're in some deep trouble. I should have enough if I destroy both of these, just to be safe. Cool. Pop these two and that, and I have enough. Oh yeah, the yellow triangle that the guy was asking for was actually a cheese sandwich. So we collected the cheese sandwich for our boy. The beach rock is for Suzanne. She wants it to make like a hammer. And the last guy wants a bug. So we're going to go find the bug here. But before we get the bug, there's a free friend we've got to grab over here. This friend here. Sierra gives us the shuriken and also a friend. So we need the shuriken for a throwing weapon, essentially. I'm going to grab this. This guy here thinks he's invisible, so we're going to pretend he's not there and he's our friend now. Right, so I'm trying to make sure that I'm staying on top of where the beetle is so I don't lose it. This is Pot Kid. You break Pot Kid out of the pot, then he becomes your friend. And there is us giving the beach rock to them. And there we go. Right, so now that I've made Anton capture the beetle, I'm going to come around here and basically buff this beach stone for Suzanne here. Luckily, as I said, one of the features they added to the speedrun mode of this game is they made it so your sword swings at max speed by you just holding the button. And continuously as well. So you don't have to mash or anything. It's very nice. You can just stand there. Just going through and making sure that these guys are collected. And this is... I'm going to talk to Jill, tell her the bad news about everything. And there we go. We've completed the Forest Goods quest. We have obtained more friends. Right, so by the end of that I should have 14 friends. 15. Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah, I'm 99% sure that's fine. Right, so... Oh, I whiffed all of those shots. I'm actually good. I was trying to hit both of those before I talk to the... Before I go over here. Right. So for this one, you have to destroy any of the bad guys and then help this kid's parent come back and have a tea party with him. So that's what we're doing there. Now we're going to go over here. So we're going to head to what is called the Cool Kids quest. So there's a bunch of cool kids that we're going to go and help on their quest to give their water park a little bit of water again. So that's Robin. We just save Robin for free because he's on the route. These are the cool kids. So this little water park that they're stood in, the water's turned off. So they want us to go turn on the water essentially. Or we decide that that's what we're going to go do for them. We turn on a little bit there, but then it fails because the pump seems to be not working. So we need to go activate all the pumps again. So we're going to go down here. Hopping our way through. There is Joe. Joe here wants to pose, so we're going to make him dab. There we go. And up here, so this old guy's house is being attacked by the little paper creatures. So we're going to clean up the house. There we go, Mr. Dodler. And we're going to go over here. We're throwing our shurikens at Tony. So Tony over there tells us that we can't beat him at chess. So we break the board open. So we destroy the board instead because you win the game if you can't play. And he goes, fine chessing there, my good fellow. Those two friends there, basically the big guy doesn't want to jump in the water because he's scared of being embarrassed. And the other guy just goes, you could just jump in if you want. So, that's Lucas. Lucas just wants us to basically give him a bit of moral support. You can pick up that Martin paper cut thing and it can be one of your shields that you can ride on. But I don't need it, so. There's the spiky teeth. You need the spiky teeth to collect a friend in a second. So first things first, here's our Phoenix Wright reference. We're going to talk to Duke. Duke here actually speaks, but the rest of the time has been squawking at us. So we're going to tell him that he's lied to us. I'm going to say he's been truthful here, but we doubted him here. And there we go. We have solved their problem of talking. And here is Becca. Becca is the owner of the spiky teeth. It's her retainer. And she needs it for her teeth to make sure that they stay nice and straight. So we need to collect a little sapling from here. So clippings, there we go. We're going to make a nice little sapling tree for this. And we need some water for it. So we're going to go up here and grab some water. Cool. And there's a junk sign in the way of letting any sunlight in. So we're going to break this thing. There we go for the trees. Alright, go wait for a second. So this flower grows up a little bit. This guy goes, whoa, wow. And then we get to talk to him again. And he walks away and we get to go back to main thing. Right, cool, go up here. And something if you haven't noticed on the last two things, we tried, everything in this game is routed so you do it in one kind of big circle. So we started here and then we basically wrapped around this area of the map to come back to here. To try and make sure that we are doing the most optimal movement possible. So now we've activated the water for them again. We've completed the cool kids quest, or as I call it, the Chad kids quest, because I think it sounds funnier. Right, so the friend down here can be a bit random, or Madeline's actually in a good place. This little friend here can be in random positions, because she basically just walks around the map. Billy moves, actually, depending on where you are on the map, once you've unlocked him. There we go. Oh, I haven't noticed, I picked up the bubblegum. The bubblegum gives you a ton of height, is all I'm doing there. You can jump out of the bubblegum and use it to ascend upwards. When you collect the other stamina upgrades, there are 4 of them. You get infinite stamina and you can fly up to the top of the map. It's actually one of the achievements to fly up to the top of the map in this game. And if you do it in the right way, you can speed yourself up by cancelling your shield out of it into a jump. There we go. Right, so this is the costume kids quest. They're all dressed up as different things. So we're going to go see the vampire. The vampire is convinced they're a vampire. And so we're going to go buy them some red-coloured ice cream so they can enjoy it. And they're going to be our lovely friend. There we go. So we're going to sit and have our little ice cream with them. If you also have noticed as well, my weapon and headpiece and my shield have been changing as well. So the little gator here is customizable. Cool. That's Zoo. Right, so Zoo, I actually went and did Zoo's puzzle to unlock them on a previous save file. This game's cache just saves you doing Zoo in another playthrough. So you can just quickly grab Zoo by just quickly going and doing... Can I actually hit that, please? Thank you. Actually going and do them in another playthrough, then just going to them. Okay, we're going to quickly shoot those guys. Shoot that. If I can actually aim at this, that'd be useful. Thank you. Talk to that guy. Thank you. Now we've got to shoot the UFO. Once there are 2 balloons left on this, it falls over. Cool. I've re-equipped the bubblegum because it's basically a lot faster to just bubblegum your way through here. This kid here's the best. So this kid here, Twig, just wants you to do a front flip and he goes, damn, that's awesome. Cool. Can I be your friend now? And you say, oh, hell yeah, my guy. That guy's just another free friend. You tell him that everything's going to be okay. Okay. Talk to the... Oh, bro, I missed my chance. He'll come around here. Can't catch this bloody cow kid. Right, there we go. Talk to Velma. Right, so. Now I'm going to climb the back of the mountain. Basically, we need to go up to the area where we started this quest from. And there we go. 1, 2. And there we go. Alright, so that's the end of the costume kids quest. Right, so that's the end of the kind of the main quest lines of this. So now we need to go down to the park and then build up the park and then we get towards the end of the game. Cool. Talk to Tom there. Alright, so now we're going to build up the park. The reason why you have to go do the different kids quests is because you need them to come and help you rebuild the park. So now now you're meant to come here earlier and then activate this cutscene, but if you do it now, it just shows you all of them. There's Avery, and there's Martin, and Jill was from the first ones. Alright, so here's the first one. And the reason why you need the 35 friends is because you basically... Friends are like the currency to rebuild the park, essentially. So you need 35 because you need exactly 35 to rebuild the park. What's happened? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Right, you're going to go try and talk to your sister again to try and impress her with your nice and big completed park. We're going to go on a little bit of a... flashback quest. Right, so at the end of this little quest with the flashback is when time is. So tech time's in about a minute or so. And just so you're aware. Oh, if I can actually do movement, that would also help as well. There we go. Alright, hopping through here. This is just a different bits of like, oh my god, I can't believe you played with that back in the day. Cool. Hop, hop. Alright. As you can see, bubblegum and shield hopping are very powerful. You go very fast if you can do it correctly. And that should do that. And then I just hop down here, go like that. Cool. And hop up here. And there we go. And time's coming up at the end of this piece of movement here. Let me just hop around all these pillars and... Oh god, there we go. And time. Yeah, so that is our boy little Gator game. And once we complete that, we have a little reminiscing with our friends. We explain to them everything. And then now we're going to walk back up to our sister because they've basically explained to us, maybe you need to try and understand your sister a little bit more. So we're going to walk up and say thank you for being the big sis. And I understand that you have things you need to do. And then the big sis here decides to go play with the little brother. So it all works out in the end. But yeah, that was Little Gator Game. Shout outs to the Little Gator Game speedrunning community. Shout outs to GSD, is the one who actually got me into this game, because of course he did. It had to be GSD out of anyone, right? Makes sense. Makes sense. But yeah, thanks for letting me show off Little Gator Game. It's pretty recent, it's pretty fun. If you want to kind of go, it's pretty simple to learn as well. So yeah, come and have some fun with it. But yeah, that's it from me for BSG. I hope you enjoy whatever comes up next.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Rebel Dragon, for Little Gator Game. And before we jump into intermission, I quickly want to let you all know that we have an incentive for the next game coming up, and currently we're at a still stand where both options are at the same amount. So chat, we are required of your help here. Read out to all boss tracks. You can choose between going forward or reverse boss tracks. And just a simple minimum donation to one of each side. Because we can't have a still stand. That would be very unfortunate for us. Somebody of you, be a hero. I believe in you. But with that, we jump into a quick intermission and set up the next game, which I just said is Read Out 2 by Unyu. So stay with us. We will be right back.